Hey everybody, it's Cosxcam again, just bringing you the second part of Agatha Christie and the ABC murders. It's a little bit slower of a game, but it's just what I need this week. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust all of my audio and stuff. Getting a new bot set up as well. Let's try this. Nightbot in my room. It is awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Where we last left off, we were about to go to the town that starts with the letter C. What was that called? That's not what I wanted.
Poor Mr. Poirot. Not so good at these little criminal matters as you thought yourself, are you? Rather past your prime, perhaps? Let us see if you can do any better.
Okay, so we are going to be going to Churston, and that is... I actually don't know. I'm not very good with geography, especially in Britain. Oh, I didn't want to do the fan. I want the phone. We're calling Scotland Yard.
Hello, chap. We received a new letter from ABC in the 10 o'clock post.
Where and when?
In Churston. Today.
Today? I'll inform the population immediately.
I'll check the train times. Call me back. It is not a good time.
Okay, so I think we are going to be packing. There we go.
Hastings, what you are doing is an absolute disaster. That is no way to pack suitcases.
Heavens, we must hurry. We have to get to Churston before the murder.
Hastings' order and method are always necessary, regardless of the circumstances.
Okay. I'll let you pack them.
All the same, it really is a disgrace to leave your belongings in such a mess.
Unprotected bottle. Badly closed toothpaste. Badly folded pajamas. And a bath towel. Let's go right there. Odd socks.
Voila.
That's all 5.
It only took a minute.
Poirot, you were right. I've just consulted the ABC guide. There's no hurry. The next train doesn't leave till 11:45.
You see, there is no need to hurry. We will not be in Churston until tomorrow morning. After the murder.
But why has the murderer warned us so late? It's not what he usually does. Did he do it on purpose?
Very good question, Hastings. We should also compare the letter we have just received with the other two. Although I have very little doubt about what we will find.
Snowflake. I have tidied up twice. I've already looked over here. But did I look at this newspaper? I can't. Can I do this yet? Yeah, this is the next thing.
Right, let us compare this new letter with the second one. Let us examine this more closely.
Okay, so I think I'm supposed to be finding, making sure this is him as well.
Certain characters in the two letters may have... Yes, this I is weird. Right. Let us compare this. Yes, the I characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
If I remember correctly, the W is messed up. Yeah.
The W. Right. Let us compare this with the other letter.
Is there a W in this one? Yeah, right here in draw.
Of course, the W characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
And then capital A in ABC murder.
Yes, the A. Right. Let us compare this with the other letter. That's right. The A character. My theory was right. These two letters were written with the same typewriter. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Why does the murder warn us so late?
The letter should have arrived in time. The postmark shows that it was sent 3 days ago. However, our man made a mistake in the address, which explains the delay. All the same, the post office took their time correcting the error.
Come on, Poirot. Your address is not quite as well known as that of Scotland Yard. Poirot, the telephone. It must be Jap.
Okay, let's run over here. I should answer the phone.
I have some news from Churchton. Bad news, I'm afraid. Sir Carmichael Clark was murdered while out on his evening walk.
Sir Carmichael Clark. The name is familiar to me.
He was a famous throat specialist, one of the best in London. A wealthy man, he retired to Combside, a beautiful house by the sea. He collected antiques.
Are you going there?
Yes, let's meet on the train.
We are headed to Churston.
The victim is called Sir Carmichael Clark, one of the best throat specialists in London. The body was still warm when we found it. If we'd been warned earlier, we definitely could have saved him.
It appears that the murderer made a mistake when he wrote his letter.
A mistake? Lucky for him.
And what if he did it on purpose?
No. He's defined his madcap rules and he's sticking to them. It's a matter of pride for him. Shall we go up to the house, Poirot?
You go, my friends. I will come soon.
Achievement, Marshal Mustache. Have prepared to leave for Churston, except I'm already in Churston, which is kind of confusing.
Jap has emptied the victim's pockets and has laid out their contents on this piece of wax cloth.
Okay.
It is pointless.
Okay, so it's
Water
cracked.
Dragon. It's an old piece, much older than the pocket watch on which it was fastened.
Why is my audio not working properly?
A signet ring, very probably with the Clark family's coat of arms.
Sorry, I'm just having some technical issues. Trying to get everything all up and running on my end. There it went. Okay, let's get back to this.
Nothing appears to be missing from this wallet.
Let's look at the body. Okay, examine the
Gravel
blood.
path has been sprayed with blood that covers a conical-shaped area, which starts at the body and becomes wider as it moves further from the bush. Sir Carmichael's throat was cut. It's a clean incision, a professional murder.
ABC book. It's going to be turned to the C's page. Oh, and there's blood.
An ABC guide. The murderer's customary signature, covered in blood this time.
How did Nightbot fail again?
Apart from the wound to the throat, the body is untouched. No cuts, no bruises. The vegetation behind the bush has been trampled. The body is just in front of a bush, one of the only bushes in the surrounding area. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Okay, what was his position while killed? Stands away from the bush. There's a room with clear outline. Those three. Had his back to the bush.
Sir Carmichael had his back to the bush when the killer cut the throat from behind. A fatal blow that sprayed blood over a range of more than 1 meter. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Did he see his murder? Trampled grass behind the bush. He had his back to the bush. Had one wound. He did not see his murder.
Have you finished, Poirot?
Chief Inspector, many questions remain unanswered, but I am certain of one thing. The killer has prepared his crime very carefully.
Quite right. He must have known Sir Carmichael's movements well to plan such an attack.
Theft kit.
The murderer struck with terrible savagery.
Yes, blood flowed. It's the first time he's attacked a man. He armed himself accordingly.
Have you spoken to the victim's family, Chief Inspector?
I've spoken to the brother, Franklin Clark. I didn't get much out of him. He's yours. I must get the body removed.
Let's look at the rocks.
This place is very calming.
Rabbit hole, whatever plant this is, wildflowers.
The site is
Grass
exceptional.
rock.
It is easy to imagine that Sir Carmichael used to enjoy stopping here every evening.
Can't do anything in that direction. Here we go. Maybe. Maybe I should just try talking to him.
I had better go up to Cosxcam. I had better go up to Cosxcam.
Up the comm side, huh? It's not that way. It's not that way. There we go.
To be honest, this inspector seems rather obtuse. I'm counting on your friend Poirot to catch my brother's murderer. Ah, here he is now. Please, Mr. Poirot. Mr. Poirot, this is my brother's secretary, Miss Thora Gray.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Poirot. Would you like some tea?
No, thank you, mademoiselle. I find it hard to digest.
How do you find tea hard to digest? Let's...
It is not the right time.
I guess I should look at the table.
It is not the right time.
There we go.
There is something elegant about her.
The dragon brooch. Her boobs. Very elegant boobs.
She has good taste, except perhaps in her choice of jewelry.
Please excuse me, I have to take care of Lady Clark.
It is not the right time. It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to question him. Hastings does not like very hot tea. He's going to blow on his cup for a good while before drinking. It is a
My brother's wife is gravely ill. You will probably want to question her, but I fear that it won't be possible today.
No, I'm going to accuse
Rather
him.
just say that you do not want her to testify.
You don't seem to realize her condition. She doesn't even know he's dead. Sorry, but it's not possible.
Of course, I understand. Someone set a trap for your brother. Who was familiar with his habits?
Everybody knew he took his evening walk at 8:30, and that he always followed the same path.
Let's ask what his
your
favorite book is.
novel?
The Railway Children by Edith Nesbit. I know it's a children's book, but it's enthralling.
So it was you who found the body.
Yes, along with the gardener.
Have you seen any strangers around the house recently?
No. As far as I know, nobody has been near the house. Oh, Lady Clark must have fallen from her chair. I have to help Miss Grey get her up.
Okay, so now I have an opportunity to look around.
Hastings, while our host is gone, let's examine the drawing room.
But, Poirot, a gentleman shouldn't...
I take full responsibility. All you have to do is to leave the drawing room door ajar and let me know if anyone is coming.
I bet investigating that gold dragon over there is going to get me an achievement.
It is an emperor. His place at the center of the table is probably symbolic. A tiger. Comside's private collection, purchases since 1920. The catalogue for Sir Carmichael Clark's collection. A crane? A dragon.
So a dragon, a crane, a tiger. Let's see what's on this. Is this the tortoise?
A turtle.
Turtle. It's all Japanese mythology.
Dragon, dragon, dragon. Sir Carmichael showed himself to be very consistent in his collection's theme. I'm not going to...
Wait, that's an exit? I guess that is the door. Let's look over here. Oh, thinking puzzle. I got my ass kicked by these last time. So let's first...
Turtle, the dragon, the crane, and the tiger. I think I've already seen this motif somewhere.
Shit, I didn't look in.
The position of each motif is correct, but they are not turned the same way as on the table.
I need to go view those again.
The cardinal points. This book could maybe help me.
Each cardinal point is associated with the animal in one color. In the middle of it sits the imperial dragon, and out of respect, all the others are turned in towards him. Oh, that's easy. That just gave me the answer 100%.
The position of each motif is correct,
No.
but they are not turned the same way as on the table. The position of each motif is correct, but
Weird. I guess it didn't. I have to go look at the table again.
it's locked.
I'll need a key.
Sir Carmichael's collection.
And I can't check that golden dragon. Weird.
There are some very traditional Chinese map. Facsimile. South is on the top of the map. Compass point to the south. Bronze and magnetite. Han Dynasty, circa 210 BC. Purchased in Hong Kong, 1935.
Okay, so let's take a look at these again. Okay. They all point inwards. Turtles to the left. Actually, turtles the bottom.
Turtle, the dragon, the crane, and the tiger. I think I've already seen this motif somewhere. The position of each motif is correct, but they are not. Position of each motif resembles that of those on the table.
Okay.
It is blocked.
Well, I was hoping that would.
The cardinal points. Each cardinal point is associated with one animal and one color.
So turtle should be on
Middle
black.
16 pale dragon. Each cardinal point is
According to that, I think. No.
position of each motif resembles that of.
I wonder if I can take those plates off the table.
A tiger. Dragon.
I feel like I'm missing something. Okay, nothing with the clock.
turtle, the dragon, the crane, and the tiger. I think I've already seen this motif somewhere.
Oh! I can do stuff with those knobs on the sides, too.
Position of each motif resembles that of those on the table.
So turtle is black. Opposite of black is tan. Wait, now there we go. Okay. Hey, Hellspawn, how you doing? Okay, so one of these changes the base plate, and one of them changes the upper color. I know the turtle's supposed to be black. Opposite of black is the tan. So let's set that one to the tan. And we want blue and red. Everything locked up. Cool.
Is this couple? This is interesting. These daggers are only ceremonial weapons. I do not think that a crime weapon is here.
Oh, I should probably keep going through this.
Ernest Logan, MD, Brighton Cancer Institute, 201 Dusk Road, Brighton, Sussex. To Sir Carmichael Clark, MD, Comside Churchton, Devon. Brighton, 1935, January the 5th. As a man of science, I owe it to you to be completely frank. Lady Clark, your wife is suffering from a generalized terminal cancer. I confess I didn't suspect anything like that during the first exams. But with the test results I have received today, there is unfortunately no place for doubt. I estimate that Lady Clark's life expectancy is no more than 1 year. Hospitalization would not help in her case, so I advise you to keep her at home and provide her with as much morphine as required to ease her last moments. Yours sincerely, Ernest Logan.
Here's Miss Gray.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Lady Clark's condition requires regular care. I believe you want to ask me a few questions.
Indeed, mademoiselle. This porcelain is remarkable. Is it old?
It's about 3 centuries old, I believe. Wait, let me find the reference.
She appears to be very flustered. She's unable to hide her emotion, and her makeup has been disturbed. I think that this young woman has just been kissed.
Here? Teapot with black dragon, Gangxi period, end of the 17th century. It is a rare piece with unusual colors.
You have a good knowledge of art history.
Acquired while working with Sir Carmichael. I used to help him manage
Achievement,
his collection.
fantastical mustache.
And seize his new acquisitions.
Have discussed porcelain with Thora Gray.
Did you have a good relationship with your employer?
He treated me well, and I am sorry for his death.
Have you seen any strangers hanging around in the past few days?
No. Nobody has been near Comside.
Tell me what happened last night.
After dinner? Well, I did some sewing, and then I went to bed. I was woken by the telephone at 11. I heard Franklin Clark speaking with the gardener. They left wisdom lanterns, and they found the body.
Am I right thinking that something is going on between you and Frank?
How dare you ask me such a question?
Angry.
Mademoiselle, it is difficult to hide things from me. He kissed you earlier, did he not?
My goodness, with Sir Carmichael's death, I was feeling so
She's
awful,
sorry.
so worried. I was unable to resist.
I am not judging you, mademoiselle.
Miss Gray, if I may be so bold, please do not take offense. My friend has rather unusual methods, but all he wants is to find the murderer.
Yes, I understand. I must rest. Please excuse me.
Earlier, you asked me to watch the living room door for you. I don't wish to be indiscreet, but sometimes a gentleman stumbles upon a secret without intending to.
That is sometimes the case.
And I saw Franklin Clark kissing Miss Gray at the foot of the stairs.
Do you think this is a common occurrence?
No, I saw emotion, intensity. I think it was their first kiss.
Well done, mon ami. Well spotted.
However, I don't think I completely understand this business. Why did Sir Carmichael not defend himself? He appeared to have been active and strong.
The murderer did not give him a chance. Let us try and reconstruct the scene.
Okay.
Sir Clark is taking his customary walk. Our killer is hiding behind a bush.
He's gonna wait.
The old man walks quietly along the gravel path. Then he turns towards the sea to gaze at it.
From the right.
The killer leaves his hiding place on the right-hand side.
I think it's the
He
right-hand
approaches
side because
silently
the
over grass.
blood is splattered in the right-hand direction. Oh
Then
shit,
he
it might be the
throws himself
left-hand
on his
side.
prey and cuts the poor man's throat. He then lays down the ABC before leaving. Everything appears to match the crime scene, mon cher Hastings. That is exactly what happened.
Oh, just a minute. I'm getting dressed.
Let's see.
Mr. Kirst, have you recently returned from Churston?
Yes.
Well, they just
Indeed
showed
I
me who
have.
the killer is, which is kind of
Have
weird.
you seen the papers? And to think that you might have rubbed shoulders with the killer. Imagine that.
There's fucking blood on him.
Mr. Kirst, are you alright? You don't seem well.
My apologies. My throat is burning, and my head feels heavy. It's ever since the war, you know. Since my injury, my head has never been the same.
How does she not notice?
Poirot, it's a pleasure to be with you again after all these years. I looked for a gift to thank you, and I found this propelling pencil.
An authentic collector's item. You spoil me, mon ami.
And you more so by sharing investigations.
Do not underestimate the help you are to me, Hastings. Intellect is not everything. There is also goodwill, and you are not short of that. Later, I will ask you to help me tidy up the room and bring some chairs. Our guest will be here soon.
Ah, is Thora Grey coming?
Naturally. She is a fascinating young woman, n'est-ce pas?
Oh, come on, Poirot. I'm a married man. Miss Grey has already been courted by Franklin Clark. Poirot, our guests will be here soon. We must prepare ourselves.
I'm definitely digging the
Should take advantage of the
voice
silence to
acting now.
examine
The
them.
last area, it wasn't very good. I just got a modifiable object. Interesting. Pencil mustache. I've finished the first inquiry. Let's see. Secret heart. I've discovered Thora Grey's intentions. That's weird. I got a spring. Here we go.
Donald is always on edge.
Dark circles.
Leave me alone.
Shaving cut. Here we go. Tense
Donald
hands.
Fraser is very nervous at the moment, even if he is trying hard to control himself.
There we go.
She appears to have taken more care with her appearance than the last time.
Necklace, earrings.
She's looking at Mr. Fraser out of the corner of her eye. Did she make herself beautiful for him? I should take advantage of...
Okay, so I've already done that.
I should take advantage...
Go back, look at the next group of people. examine
Sometimes
her.
I love a brunette, sometimes I love a blonde. That's what the song says. The song says, sometimes I love a blonde who comes from Eden by way of Sweden. But I am not sure that this blonde is an angel.
Let's look at these two.
Franklin Clark always seems at ease, regardless of where he is. Something that's unique to people who travel. I should take...
It's the other thing to look at.
Franklin Clark always seems at ease.
What? What is the other observation here?
I ought to concentrate on my...
Ah, there we go. I'm not sure why that's
I
a
wish to
conversation
thank
thing.
you
That
all
should
for
have been an observation.
I wanted to bring everyone close to the victims here in order to unmask the murderer.
Get to the point, Mr. Poirot. What do you want from us?
You are an intelligent woman, Mademoiselle Barnard, and I'm sure that you have already understood my intentions.
You think that if we put our heads together, we might come up with something new?
I am convinced of it. What I ask is that you search your memories. The murderer must have left some trace.
Yes, he must have prepared his crimes very carefully.
Tout à fait. He did not get to Bexhill at midnight in order to strangle a young girl whose name by chance starts with P.
Must we go into that?
Subject. Tell Donald to get a grip on himself.
Mr. Fraser, please get a grip on yourself.
Well, I want to help you, but I don't remember anything else. Nothing I haven't already said.
And you, Mademoiselle Barnard, did your sister say she was seeing another man?
She never would have told me.
Allons, surely sisters have no secrets.
She never spoke about any of that to me. Do you believe me, or do I have to repeat myself? Betty knew I didn't approve of her behavior. Her flirting was spoiling any chance she might have had.
Tell me, mademoiselle, what did you talk about with your sister?
Silly things. Her new dress.
Made my drink
She
a little
wanted
too
pair
strong
of black
today.
stockings to go with it. Mother bought her a brand new pair. The day it happened, she was crying. And to think that Betty never even wore them. Poor Mummy.
Your sister used to sing, I believe. Did she ever perform in public?
She dreamt about
It's
it.
going to be something with the
but she had a very
stockings.
bad
That's
cough. It
the
troubled
one
her
common
greatly.
thing I
She
can
had to
find between the
cancel
first
auditions
two
and miss
kills.
lots of opportunities. A pity.
Yes, she sang well, but that doesn't tell us much about the murderer.
Qui sait? In any case, we now have enough information to draw up a relatively precise psychological profile. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Let's see. Is the killer clever? Killer. That's gotta be it. Nope. Let's try that one. There we go. A perfect murder. That makes him clever. Is the killer sure of himself? Yes, because he announces his murders. Bullshit. Killed when the streets were full. Is the killer a seducer? Yes. There we go. Does the killer like trains? Well, that was... It's right there. Is the killer impulsive? There we go. He is not impulsive. Generous.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we can now surmise without too much risk of error that our adversary is
The one thing that disappoints me about this one versus the Sherlock Holmes game for the Xbox One is that this one actually makes it so you have to be right. The Sherlock Holmes game, you can actually be wrong about your cases.
I hope that you will be able to come back again.
Well, it's just that...
Let's see.
Is something bothering you, Mary?
Well, Mr. Poirot, you see, I don't know if I can come to London just like that.
It's normal that people helping with this inquiry should be reimbursed. Starting with you, Miss Drower. Please allow me to pay for your train tickets.
Oh, sir, I cannot accept.
But you must. Mademoiselle, I may not be rich, but my brother left a fortune which will be mine.
Mr. Clark, that's very generous of you.
Well, someone has to foot the bill. Mr. Poirot, would it be possible for you to come back to Devon? Lady Clark has expressed a wish to see you. We'll adjust her medicine so she'll not be too drowsy.
But of course, I shall come the day after tomorrow if it is convenient. Thank you all for coming. We will meet again soon. The meeting was most fruitful.
Really?
There we go,
Hastings,
achievement.
now we have
Nietzsche
everything we
mustache.
need to find a common point
Have
between the
successfully
victims.
completed a meeting
Now
of
it
the
is time for us to
suspects.
use our grey matter. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
What do the victims have in common? All the victims suffered throat afflictions.
The first two victims suffered from bad throat, and that was precisely the specialty of the third victim, Dr. Clark.
We have a lead.
It would pay to take a closer look at the medical records of Dr. Clark's patients.
We'll do so during our next visit to Churston.
I will do it myself, mon ami. You must remain in London just in case ABC sends us another letter.
Very well, as you wish. Thank you for coming, Mr. Poirot. Lady Clark is waiting for you in her bed. Please excuse me, I cannot stay for the
An achievement. Curve and Swoop mustache have brought all the suspects to Whitehaven.
Are you leaving Churston for good?
Miss Grey very kindly stayed with me to settle my brother's affairs. But naturally, she prefers to find a position in London.
Ah, très bien.
I'll be absent all morning, Mr. Poirot, but the nurse is coming soon. She's to ensure that the dose of medicine doesn't make our patient drowsy.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. Have a nice trip, mademoiselle.
Okay.
It would be rude to make Lady Clark... It would be rude to make... It would be rude...
Well, let me look at anything. So let's take a look at the old lady.
This poor woman is very ill.
Dazed eyes, seizing hands. And the medicine.
This woman is suffering. She is in no state to have a conversation.
Mr. Poirot?
My
Mr.
respects,
Poirot?
Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Oh shit, I didn't mean to skip
The
that
telephone
dialogue.
in the hall is ringing.
Will let me do anything first. I can fix the mustache. No, I cannot fix the mustache.
Lady Clark is in pain. I have to give her an injection of morphine to ease her suffering. Lady Clark. It's closed. Lady Clark is in pain. This woman is suffering. She is in no state to have a conversation.
Let's see, is there morphine over here?
Lady Clark. Lady Clark. The telephone is ringing. The Clark residence. Detective Hercule Poirot.
How do you do, Mr. Poirot? I'm Lady Clark's nurse. I wanted to let you know that I won't be able to come for her injection today. Might Miss Grey be able to do it?
She has just left, but I will take care of it.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. You'll find the skeleton key to open the medicine cabinet hidden in the lion trophy.
You can count on me. Au revoir, mademoiselle.
Oh, thank you kindly. Goodbye, Mr. Poirot.
Okay, now that I have the skeleton key, let's see if it'll let me do anything. Can fix my mustache.
It is now the right time. Here is the skeleton. April 1925, Aceh Province, Sumatra. Lady Clark is in...
Okay, so let's run upstairs, get some morphine. Then I should be able to explore the house.
Ah,
You asked for me, chère madame.
yes. Yes, of course, I wish to speak with you. But what was it about?
No doubt. You wish to talk to me about what happened to your husband?
Ah, yes. Oh, poor Carmichael. Has the madman who killed him been caught?
Not yet, chère madame. There was a great many people in Cheston on the day of the murder.
Indeed. People go straight to the beach. They don't come near Coomside.
So, there were no strangers around the house that day?
Who said that?
The people who live here. Your brother-in-law, Miss Gray.
Miss Gray? Oh, I don't like her. Franklin wanted her to stay, but I insisted she should go. Immediately.
You are entitled to do so, naturally.
I'm pleased that you approve. The others have been taken in by her. But at least you can see through that self-pity act. See what she's up to. Oh.
Okay, so she's asleep.
Subject would probably...
A silver comb.
The subject would
What was that? A bronze comb.
The subject would...
A gold comb. Man, they have a lot of combs. Thinking puzzle.
The mechanism appears to be broken.
The mechanism appears to be broken. What if I use the spring? No, I can't do anything there.
I have to put a new...
I do have a new spring.
I have to put a new spring...
Helps if I press the right button.
I hope that Hastings will not be crossed. This is where the combs go. This is where the combs go.
Oh shit. Let's see. Okay. So it is gold.
This is where the combs go.
Silver. Bronze.
This part appears to be...
Oh, what are we talking about? Ah, yes. Thora Gray. Oh, Carmichael had great esteem for her. But for me, she was nothing but a hypocrite.
Miss Gray was a hard worker, though.
Thank goodness. Fortunately, she was good at her job. I don't see why you all think you should have to defend that girl.
You are very harsh. Do not forget that the girl is an orphan.
Yes. And she used the fact to get around men. Take Franklin. He's fallen for her sweet talking charms. Oh, he's a lovely boy, very plucky and sure of himself. But so naive. Oh, when it comes to women.
Miss Grey did look after you very well, though.
Outwardly. But she's hiding something. I think she tried to poison me.
Miss Grey? A poisoner? But everybody appears to like her.
It proves she knows what she's doing. She's manipulative and she's a liar.
A liar?
Let's see, didn't she say that on the day of the crime nobody was around Coomside?
That is correct.
Well, at 11 o'clock I saw her talking to someone.
Really? And what was this man like?
An ordinary sort of man with a very plain face. Oh, I don't remember well.
Was he a gentleman?
No, he was not a gentleman.
She's dozing off
It would be
again.
best to leave her to sleep now.
Okay, now I can explore the rest of the house.
The telephone in the hall.
Again?
The telephone is ringing.
Yeah.
Hello?
Poirot, is that you? Hastings here.
Thank you for calling. Have you received a new letter from the murderer?
No, thank goodness. How are things in Churston?
I questioned Lady Clark, but I will not leave until I have examined everything of interest to me here. Fortunately, Franklin is absent, and I have a skeleton key.
Have you seen Thora Grey again?
Briefly. But rest assured, I intend to summon her to London soon.
She's a fascinating girl.
But secretive. I would like to ask her a few questions.
Poirot, she wouldn't hurt a fly.
Each to his own, my friend. Yours are pretty orphans, mine old ladies that have the maladies.
Ho ho.
Poirot, are you mocking me?
Einstein
Well intended, rest
mustache.
assured. À bientôt, mon ami.
Let's see what that achievement is. Viewpoint of a sick old lady that has much value as that of a pretty girl.
How am I going to open this trunk? Let us examine.
So I need numbers. In addition to the key that I
That
have.
does not appear to be very...
$19.27.
Leaving the code on the trunk. What a strange character Franklin is.
$31, $28, $5. Let's go. 5. There's 30. Oh, 6 would be 30. There's 7. Let's try 720.
So, what is this?
Got it.
I should be able to open. There we are. A pile of books, including one about dragons. Nothing interesting.
Hey, welcome to the stream, Polly No Hands.
Whiskey and other good quality drinks. Mr. Clark really has refined tastes. Whiskey and other good quality drinks.
It's like a key
Why
thing.
has Franklin put
Allen
an Allen
key.
key inside his trunk? I'll borrow it for a minute.
The rest of the stuff's all empty.
This skeleton key would be very useful.
This is what I wanted.
An Allen key.
I think I want... Yeah, that one's the triangle. There's a hex key.
An Allen key. It can be used in 5 positions.
That's what I need.
Another screw.
Let's go to this one. There we go.
This engraving is not very easy to understand. It is blocked.
Oh shit, this one turns the hole. Okay. That goes there. That goes there.
Franklin must really love his country to have an engraving in his trade.
Got it.
I think I heard the panel above really. A signet ring? A signet ring with a code written on it.
1587.
1587. It may be useful to me.
Was that what the whole trunk was for? Holy shit.
Miss Thorogray, Comside, Justin, Devon. Arsenic trioxide thallium.
Oh, I should probably flip it around to look at the actual book.
Black Dragon's Curse. To Franklin, who will never grow up. January 25, 1928. Car Charlotte. I think that signet ring should be placed here. The plates around the picture appear to have unlocked. I think I've already seen these symbols on Franklin's trophies.
Except I didn't look at his trophies.
Four Chinese symbols are engraved on this padlock.
Let's see.
Well, well. The characters engraved on this disc resemble those engraved on the padlock.
So I think the first one is going to have the 3 blocks on top. I have no idea.
Like this. That's it. This character appears to be the right way around.
The third one has the P and the Q looking thing.
That's it.
Second one has the J looking thing. That's upside down. Okay, so
That's
the
it.
first one.
This character appears to...
So this must be the last one.
That's it. This character appears.
Okay. So it's that one. Shit, I forgot which one is which. Is it? There we go. Couldn't remember the middle two.
At last, the cupboard is open. The Railway Children, E. Nesbit. For Franklin, Und Heffis Christmas, 1910. Genteel and wild, English countryside revisited. Traveling in China, a practical guide for English travelers. Helmet, flask, and rifles. Franklin is very well equipped.
Okay, so that's that puzzle area. I'm looking for Franklin's trophies.
Franklin appears to be very active.
Impressive collection, his rifles. It's gonna be his passport.
Franklin
Tennis
Clark
rackets.
appears to be a typical British gentleman. A good sportsman, a hunter, a traveler.
Some Kodiak
By
bear.
1920.
And a greater.
February 1922.
Okay, so a deer print and a bear print.
I think that signet ring should be placed here. The plates around the picture appear to have unlocked. I think I've already seen these symbols on Franklin's trophies.
There might be 2 more trophies around. He did get the line or the. Need to look for his other 2 trophies. So there's definitely the mountain lion. Yep, I got that print. What is the last trophy?
The door is locked. This unit contains the medical records for Sir Carmichael. Lots of dust. The record. No known names. Disappointing. No deaths on the records from A to D. They've been handled recently. No known names. Sir Carmack.
I need to find his last trophy. Is it over here? No, that's all art. Says I haven't observed this right now, though.
Compass. Point to the south. Order.
I guess I'll set the ones I know and then just try the other two.
The plates around the picture appear to have unlocked. I think I've already seen these symbols on Franklin's trophies.
Interesting. So maybe...
The African could.
Oh, that makes sense.
The Lion of Sumatra. The Alaskan Kodiak bear. I heard the sound of a mechanism.
That was it.
Strange way of protecting one's safe. Triangulating.
It was 1527. I believe. It was not.
A signet ring bearing the Clark's family.
$1587. So close.
These documents are very likely going to help me for the rest of the inquiry. A dozen gold sovereigns. Some shares for the Southern Railway and some treasury bills. This is not worth much. Hardly enough to justify your robbery. A dozen...
Oh, that's the same one.
Eton College School year, 1912-1913. Franklin Clark. School report for Franklin Clark. Sir Carmichael Clark, Comside Churston, Devon, to Mr. Franklin Clark, Peninsula Hotel, Salisbury Road, Tsimsha Tsui, Kowloon, Hong Kong. Comside, 1935, January the 12th. Dear Franklin, first, I wish you a good start to a successful new year. I have received your letter dated December 10th. Thanks for defending my interest against Wang, this robber. Things could have got pretty bad if you weren't a real cold-blooded guy. I envy you for that. Things go on here much as usual. Charlotte is moderately free from pain. I wish one could say more. You may remember Thora Gray. She is a dear girl and a greater comfort to me that I can tell you. I should not have known what to do through this bad time but for her. She has an exquisite taste and shares my passion for Chinese art. No daughter could be a closer or more sympathetic companion. Life has been difficult, but I am glad to feel that here she has a home and true affection. You wrote me you want to stay in China for 1 more year or even longer. I don't object. The longer you stay, the more opportunities you will have to increase our collection. Nonetheless, you should know that we miss you here, and that Charlotte will be gone by the time you come back. I am, dear Franklin, your truly affectionate brother. Charlotte Clark, Comside Churston, Devon, to Mr. Franklin Clark, Peninsula Hotel, Salisbury Road, Tsimsha Tsui, Kowloon, Hong Kong, Comside, 1935, January 1st. I wish you with all my heart a happy year 1935. Writing my greeting cards, I have affectionate thoughts for you. Always smiling as a child, sailing to distant countries and bringing back to us trunks full of wonder. At home, everything annoys me, starting with this young Thora Sir Carmichael is so fond of. I have nobody to share my feelings with, so I write to you. How can I tell you what happens to me? The simplest way the better. I am doomed. I still have 1 year to live, no more. How do I know? I opened the secret drawer of Carmichael and read a letter not addressed to me. In this letter, Dr. Logan tells my husband in the most direct way the truth he conceals from me. Sir, I know. But my husband doesn't know I know. Please don't tell him. And if he shares the truth with you, act as you are surprised. Carl will probably speak in his usual convoluted way, but I wanted to be the first to announce it to you.
Okay.
It does matter to me that you are aware of what happens in Comside. Warm regards, Charlotte.
I don't think there's anything left inside the house at this point. Let's see if it'll let me exit.
I am not going to leave Comside now.
Nope.
Best to leave her to...
I've already explored all of that. How about the backyard?
Order and method above all.
No. Oh, I haven't looked at this, have I? That might give me an achievement. Dark Dragon
The
for a
Dark
bright-haired
Dragon
maid.
for a bright-haired maid. See.
There's blood on the dagger. Is that blood?
I've already seen similar daggers.
Oh, I should rotate to look at the...
Attention, Franklin. Task list. A. Ordering Lady Clark remedies. Done. B. Tidying up real estate property files. Done. C. Calling the lawyer about inventory. Done. D. Update the tenant farmer list. Done. E. Update land rent accounting. Done. F. Ordering a restock of arsenic. Done.
Oh.
P.S. I have left on the living room table some of my things I don't want to keep. The locket and the dagger. I am sure you know why.
There's no new. And those daggers are similar to the ones I found over here.
Well, not there the first time I visited. Valuers report property. Building land located in Comside, Churston client, circa Michael Clark, April 15, 1935, Court and Brunskill office. Court and Brunskill. The name is familiar. Is that not the name of the firm Donald Fraser works for? These daggers are only ceremonial weapons. Ernest Logan.
There's an achievement,
MD,
Telescope.
Writing Cancer Institute,
Have searched the entire
Jasper,
Churston
Brighton,
Manor.
Sussex. To Circa Michael Clark, MD, Comside, Churston, Devon. Brighton, 1935, January the 5th. As a man of science, I owe it to you to be completely frank. Lady Clark, your wife is suffering from a generalized terminal cancer. I confess I didn't suspect anything like that during the first exams. But with the test results I have received today, there is unfortunately no place for doubt. I estimate that Lady Clark's life expectancy...
I've already gone through that once. Inspect the manor's surroundings.
Where is the horrible smell of carrion coming from?
This guy's French accent is just too much. So there's a dead rat.
Pellets. Revolting. Tut-tut. The gardener does not follow the alignment. There, that's better. It is symmetrical.
I have won the achievement Celsium 133 crystal, or Cesium 133 crystal, have tidied up thrice. Well, I can tell you it's over here. Let's see.
This wisteria is in full bloom. This fountain makes a very relaxing sound. I would like to congratulate Clark's gardener. What symmetry! It was probably the gardener who lit this fire. Look here. I wonder if someone wanted to get rid of these papers. This object would probably be useful to me. Let us now try and get our brain cells.
Okay, why did Thor leave personal belongings behind at Comside? Thor left Carmichael's gifts. No. I wish there was a button to clear it, but unfortunately there is not. Okay, so let's do ones that I don't think it could be. Let's see if that'll clear it out, actually. No. No way to clear it out. Oh, I can. Okay, awesome. Okay, so why did Thor leave personal belongings behind at Comside? Carmichael wrote Franklin. No. Thor Gray. No. Left a letter behind. Probably not why. There we go. Thor does not want to be accused of theft.
Everything that Thor Grey has left behind comes from Sir Carmichael's collection. He most probably gave them to her. But she chose to leave them here rather than run the risk of being accused of theft. It is understandable when you know just how much Lady Clark mistrusts her. Let us now try and get our brain.
Is Thora a poisoner? Poison rat at the scene of the crime. Had ordered rat poison. No. Never considered poisoning her.
Thor Grey had no reason to kill someone who only had few months left to live. The poison she ordered was for rats. The gardener must have made good use of it, considering the stinking remains on the path not far from the property. I've finished here. I must put the skeleton key back and... May you have peace, Carmichael. Charlotte.
That's all that was out here. Oh, come on. The walking in this game is so absurdly slow.
If someone has tried to get rid of these documents, après il... Perfect.
Put that back.
I am not going to leave Comside now.
What? I thought that was the next objective. Ah, telephone Hastings.
Hello, Hastings. I have finished in Shurston. I will take the first train. Tell me, do you know how to restore writing on a burned document?
Yes, you just have to soak a cloth with a hydrochloric acid solution and rub the sheet of paper. Then the characters appear.
Bien. You have been of great assistance, Hastings. Could you please order the solution as soon as possible?
Of course, but what documents do you want to read?
You will see, my friend. À ce soir.
Donald Fraser is here. He insisted on waiting to see you.
Okay. Hungarian mustache.
Royal Mathematical and Statistical Society's Bulletin, September the 9th, 1935. The Alphabet Murder, a methodical madman. It's highly probable that the Alphabet Murderer will kill again. Could we possibly estimate the number of victims in his next crime? Yes, and it is easy. As soon as we know the ratio of towns, cities and villages whose names begin with a D and the ratio of English people whose names are spelled the same. On the one hand, the ratio of towns, cities and villages in England with a name starting with D, and on the other hand, the ratio of English people with a name also starting with D. After this initial calculation, it is easy to deduce the likelihood of actually being murdered if you belong to the target population. Go to the last page to find our results and details on the calculations. Daily Blague, August 31, 1935. Moustache at half-mast. Poirot's repeated failure in ABC case. Sometimes small things trouble great men. Hastings faithful collaborator of the Belgian detective, knows something about it. 3 mornings in a row, he confided to us, the cook broke the egg yolks when preparing Poirot's breakfast. This apparently casual event has greatly disturbed my friend, to the point it breaks his concentration and slows his judgment. I also noticed his mustache, of which he is so proud, being duller than usual.
Poirot, I assure you I
I
haven't
achieved
said any
the
such
won the
thing
achievement
to the
Stone.
journalists. They twist everything.
I've read a newspaper which criticizes Poirot.
This bottle is for our visitors. This man is tired.
Dark circles. Unshaven. Crumpled
Donald is short of
clothes.
sleep, and it looks as if he didn't even bother to undress before going to bed.
Mr. Poirot, I don't know why I'm here.
You wanted to talk, and you came to find the only man capable of hearing you.
Mr. Poirot, since Betty's death, I've doubts about myself. I don't know what to do. And I keep having a horrible dream 3 nights in a row.
Encourage him to continue.
Drink and tell me about this trip.
It's always the same. I'm on the beach with Betty. I grab her around the throat, and I squeeze, and squeeze until she's dead. Her head falls back, and I see that it's no longer Betty. It's Megan's face.
Have you seen Megan Barnard recently?
Ah,
Yes, our grief has brought us together. I never really knew her before. She's really quite a remarkable girl. But I would never tell her about my dream.
Why not? Is it her you are attacking in your dream?
No, it's Betty. And once Betty is dead, it's Megan's face that appears in its place.
Very interesting. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
let's see. How should Donald's dream be interpreted? Doesn't kill Megan. Feels guilty. There we go. Donald starting to have feelings for Megan, feels guilty about abandoning Betty.
Mr. Fraser, I think that the real meaning of this dream is that you are in love with Megan Barnard.
Please go on. Do.
This dream certainly betrays your guilt.
Oh,
But what do you feel guilty about? Having killed your fiancé? Possible. Or forgetting her very quickly for her sister? Certainly. And this forgetting is perceived as a second death.
so you don't really think I was the one who killed Betty?
I do not exclude this theory. I am simply saying that I do not need to know that fact to explain your dream and your guilt.
Thank you for being frank, Mr. Poirot. You've helped me a great deal. I'm going back to Bexhill. I'll not take any more of your time up.
It is late, Mr. Fraser, and you are tired.
I'll sleep on the train.
There we go.
I like trains. It's easy to sleep rocked by the sound of the wheels.
Poor boy, he seems completely lost.
There's another achievement.
Well, we men
Freud
seem to like
mustache.
I think
Have
Megan
helped
will
Donald
take care of it.
Fraser to interpret his
Oh, I
dream.
remember. Did you order the product I needed?
Yes, we'll be receiving it tomorrow.
Bien, it is late. And ask Miss Gray to come tomorrow morning. I have a few questions I wish to ask her. Mademoiselle, I asked you here in order to answer a very important question. You lied to us, and I demand to know why.
But what are you talking about?
Yet, Lady Clark maintained that she saw you talking to a stranger on the front doorstep.
Really? She must have been mistaken. Oh, I remember now. I'd forgotten all about it, but it wasn't important. It was just a salesman. One of those traders who sell stockings from door to door.
I knew it had something to do with the
Can you
stockings.
describe him to me?
Medium size, glasses, dark suit, and a felt hat. Not the sort of man you notice. Completely harmless. That's why I forgot all about him.
Nothing else?
He was very hesitant and shy. Usually door-to-door salesmen are very confident, but he wasn't.
Okay.
You also forgot to tell me that you had been fired.
You never asked me. It was Franklin who led you to believe that I left voluntarily. He's more chivalrous than you. I don't wish to lie. Lady Clark did not appreciate my presence. And Franklin could not go against the wishes of a sick lady. He is a good man, and he worries a great deal about his sister-in-law.
I noticed that you left some personal belongings behind at Churston. It was too risky for you to keep these objects, am I correct?
Risky? What was the risk?
Keeping the brooch might have brought the curse of the dragon on you.
What? The Curse of the Dragon? It's a good subject for a story. Mr. Poirot, what sort of world do you live in?
Bien. I must ask you one last question. Please reply frankly with either yes or no. If Lady Clark had died, would you have agreed to marry Sir Carmichael if he'd ask you?
How dare you ask such a question? Sir Carmichael treated me just like his daughter. And all that I ever felt him was affection and gratitude, nothing else.
Thank you, mademoiselle. I will not keep you any longer.
I met Thora Grey on the stairs. Her cheeks were ablaze, and she appeared to be deeply hurt. Poirot, have you offended the poor girl again? Do you have good reasons for accusing her?
I accused her of
think I
nothing.
fucked up that
I simply asked
investigation,
her
or
an important
interrogation.
question she did not answer. Let us see if we can answer it for her. Let us now try and get our brains.
They're married Carmichael. I don't think she's a seductress. Let's try this again. Thor's evasive about the relationship. Sir Carmichael found her. No, that has nothing to do with whether or not she would have married him. She stayed behind to settle his affairs. She likes him? No. They were close? No. I guess one of my other two are wrong then. What if I based it around the fact that she's a seductress? What would be a good combination here? She settled his affairs. That one's a good one. They were close. That's a good one. Shit, I messed that up. Remove these. Her brooch. They were close. Oh shit! Offered her a brooch. Ah, there it is. Took me long enough.
You must know how to read between the lines, Hastings. When Sir Carmichael refers to paternal affection, he's lying to himself. Read this engraving on the brooch. A dark dragon for an angel with glossy hair. These are the words of a lover, not a father. Lady Clark was not wrong.
What if Sir Carmichael had fallen in love with his secretary? That doesn't mean that she forced him to do so.
True, there are extenuating circumstances. She is a penniless orphan. But she's calculating. Just look how she avoided it when asked if she would have married Clark.
I see. You think she seduced Sir Carmichael for her own gain, and that now she is doing the same with his brother. Poirot, your world is a very dark place.
Do not get carried away, mon ami. We have another more important matter to settle.
Really?
Yes, would you believe that Miss Grey taught me something new? Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
There's another one. Okay, is there a common point between their murders? There we go. The stockings.
It's perfectly clear, Hastings. Perfectly clear. Indeed, a stocking seller visited Andover, Bexhill, and Churston on the day of each murder. We have our suspect. This should be of interest, Job. Chief Inspector, we are looking for a stocking salesman.
I see you have a suspect.
Yes. Contact all the stocking wholesalers who may employ him.
Your suspect is a salesman?
No, he does not take orders. He sells door to door.
Right. The hunt is on.
Okay.
Are you leaving, Mr. Cust?
Yes, I'm going to Cheltenham.
You shouldn't travel today. You don't look very well.
I have to. I have engagements. I must respect them.
Let's see what happens next.
Can you get the post, Hastings?
And why don't you go and get it yourself?
Très bien. What's going on? I've never known Hastings to be so disagreeable.
Go and collect the post. Wait.
It is not the right... Poor Mr. Poirot. I'm quite sorry for you. If at first you don't succeed, try again. We've a long way to go still. Typery? No, that comes later. Letter T. The next little incident will take place in Doncaster on September 11th. So long. ABC. I should compare this letter with the one on my desk, which I received earlier, to see if it does indeed.
Okay.
It is not the right...
Just gotta groom the mustache a little bit.
Let us examine this more. Certain characters in the two letters. Yes, they... Right. Let us go. That's right. The A characters in the two letters do indeed. I have to find some others.
The A's, the I's, and the W's are good ones to pick for this.
The W. Right. Let us compare this with the other letter.
Here it is. Here's the W.
Of course. I have to find some others. Yes, this I is weak. Right. Let us compare this with... Yes.
There we
the
go.
I characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. My theory was right. These two letters were written with the same typewriter. Hastings, he strikes tomorrow.
There's another achievement. Gold paper knife.
He's on another line.
I've successfully compared all
Can
the
I take a
murderer's
message?
letters.
Yes, please, mademoiselle. It is from Hercule Poirot. Tell him ABC strikes tomorrow in Doncaster. He must call me back.
Very well, sir.
Bien, now I'm going to see what I can find from these burnt documents. I've received the product I need. Hastings, if you do not mind, I would like you to take a few notes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, decipher the burned documents.
I've finished. Now, down. All of this needs putting in order a little.
This part. There's that.
This page is finished.
Okay, so
That's
that one's all
done.
finished up.
3 more to go.
Is this where the next ones go? That looks like it.
This piece should be placed here. This piece should be placed here.
I think this one goes along the top. No. That one's across the top.
This page
There we
is
go.
finished. And that's 2 done. It's easier than I thought.
Okay. One goes up there.
I think that this is right. This page
There
is
we
finished.
go.
Only one more. Keep going.
Okay, let's do that last page. So this goes right
It's so
there.
simple.
This one's gotta go there.
This page is finished. All the pages are reconstructed.
Okay.
A dry cloth. A dry cloth.
Shit, I missed what I was supposed to do.
A bottle of solvent. A dry cloth.
Do I...
A dry cloth. Poor Mr. Poirot. A bottle of solvent. A dry cloth.
Okay, I'm really confused by what to do here. It looks like I need to do something with those. But the solvent...
All the pages are reconstructed.
Okay. Let's try that again.
Now, down to work. One of these needs putting in order a little.
Shit, I have to do this again. God damn it.
This page is finished.
Sorry,
That's done.
Polly. I didn't pay attention to what I was supposed to be doing, and I completely missed how I was supposed to solve the... how to reconstruct them with the solvent and the clean cloth, so I had to completely redo this.
This page will be reconstructed. This page is finished. And that's 2 done. It's here. This page will be This page is finished. Only one more. Keep going. This page is finished. All the pages are reconstructed.
Okay, I'm actually going to pay attention this time so I know exactly what I'm supposed to do. Oh, is he not going to go over it?
dry cloth.
There we go.
The cloth is now
I don't think that's how it works, but thanks for sticking around so I could
Got
do that
it.
again. That was actually
Make a
much,
note,
much easier
Hastings.
than I
Make a
thought it would be.
Mrs. Alice Asher, shop owner in Andover. Tracheitis, hemoptysis, prescribed laudanum.
I got it. Look. Poirot, where on earth did you find these files?
On a fire at the bottom of the garden at campsite.
All right, but where did the person who burned them find them?
Read the reconstructed document.
Alice Asher, shopkeeper in Andover. Tracheitis, hemoptysis, chronic cough with loss of blood. Prescribed laudanum-based cough medicine. Betty Barnard, waitress in Bexhill. Chronic bronchitis, causing dysphonia. Advised to stop smoking. Alexander Bonaparte Cust. While wounded, mustard gas and head trauma.
Ah, and his
Pulmonary
initials are
emphysema.
ABC. He's going to be the murderer.
Disease. Coughing fits with blood. Suffers from absences and amnesia. Dick Dudley Dunbar, owner of the Black Swan Hotel in Doncaster. Asthmatic, heart disease, heart condition. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
The burn documents come from. Throat afflictions, medical records. No. There we go.
The burned documents are medical records.
There's
that
another
we have
achievement.
to doubt
Cortex.
come from Clark's archives.
Have answered all the
Because all
questions from the little gray
patients are full
cells.
conditions. And secondly, their name starts with either A, B, C, or D, and it is precisely the files that match these letters that have been tampered with.
But why burn these files? How come the names of the two victims appear on them? And who are the two other patients?
These are very good questions.
And do my slow walk over to the phone.
Hello, Poirot?
Any news, Chief Inspector?
You wanted a stocking seller? We have one. Reported by his landlady who thought he was behaving suspiciously. He had...
Alexander Bonaparte Cust.
Yes, Alexander Bonaparte Cust? How did you guess? Poirot, you have magical
Easy.
powers. It's a serious lead. I called Doncaster. A person matching Cust's description has been seen at the station. He got off the train from London, but after...
Have the town searched.
Indeed. It's the only thing to do.
It appears that all our hopes rest on the
Something is bothering me. Can you reread the... Look at the fourth file. Dick Dudley Dunbar, Black Swan Hotel, Doncaster.
Mon Dieu, Hastings, bien sûr. It's the fourth victim. We must warn Mr. Dunbar immediately. I'll call the Black Swan. Hello, the Black Swan. Hercule Poirot here. May I speak to the owner?
Speaking. Dick Dudley Dunbar. How can I help you?
Is there Mr. Cust among your guests?
He arrived today. Shall I call him for you?
No, it is you I wish to speak with.
But who is this Cust?
Have you heard about the ABC case?
Oh, yes. I must say I'm not all that reassured. What with my name starting with D and all that.
You're in danger. Beware of your guest.
Do you think that cust might be dangerous? Oh, I do hope you're wrong. It seems so harmless, you know. Oh, yes, completely harmless.
We must not overestimate the danger. After all, we are not absolutely sure he is guilty.
What should I do?
Watch him. If he leaves the hotel, watch where he is heading. I'll call the police in Doncaster immediately. When they arrive, keep out of the way.
Oh, indeed. I shall keep out of the way. I have a bad heart, you see, and a big shot could kill me. Thank you for having warned me.
Hello, Poirot. We have some good news. The police in Doncaster have caught our man. While we're waiting to question Cust, we could search his room in
Sheriff
London.
Mustache.
Where does he live? The Marbury Guest
150
House.
points.
I'll see you there.
Have saved
Yes, but
Dunbar's
start
life
without
over
me.
the telephone.
First of all, I have to sort out a few details for Cust's transfer.
I understand. À bientôt. Hastings, we are making good progress. Please go and search the room of our member.
With pleasure. I did.
The dentist. So that...
A visit to the dentist is never an enjoy.
But an unavoidable one. Go to your appointment, Hastings. I will manage on my own. To Marbury Guest House, please.
Oh, holy shit. I can't believe I was doing that. Handlebar mustache. Have prevented the 4th crime. Oh, that's good. Okay.
It looks like I've found the real master of this house.
The cat.
There is no need to worry about the household cat. I'm sure that Mrs. Marbury lets it do what it pleases.
How do you do? You must be Mr. Hercule Poirot. Chief Inspector Jupp told me that you might be coming.
Madame, you may be of valuable help to me.
It would be my pleasure to help you. Will there be some journalists there as well?
I think you might even be interviewed. You are a key witness.
I've suspected him for some time, but he appeared so harmless. Oh yes, sometimes he got angry and waved his arms about. But even then, he wasn't frightening. And he was as gentle as a lamb again immediately afterwards. It was only this morning that I understood. He told me he was going to Cheltenham, but my daughter saw him at Euston Station. It's not the right station. To get to Cheltenham, you have to take the train from Paddington. And what's more, Mr. Cuss left behind an ABC with Doncaster underlined. As you can imagine, when I saw that, I called Scotland Yard.
Well done. You were right. He did go to Doncaster.
So I was right to warn the police.
Tell me, did you have any other reason to suspect Mr. Cust?
Well, he's odd. Sometimes he coughs really loudly and complains that his throat is burning, and sometimes he talks to himself and stares into space. He told me that it was because of a wound he got in the war. His head hasn't been quite right since, he said. And then he was in Churston when that millionaire got murdered. I found his train ticket when I washed his coat. He didn't want me to wash his shirt. He washed it himself. but I did see big brown stains on it.
Where were the stains on the shirt?
On the collar and on the buttonholes.
Got used to travel for his work. Is that correct?
Oh, it wasn't for pleasure. He was always unwell on trains. But he had to sell his stockings around England. I have to respect my engagements, he used to say.
Do you know where Cust was at the time of the murder in Andover and Bexhill? On June the 21st and July the 25th?
No, I don't know. That was a while ago, you know.
But surely you keep a register.
It won't do you much good. Mr. Cuss rents his room for the year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it. Ah, I remember one thing. Bexhill's by the sea, right?
Indeed, it is a large seaside resort.
Well, as it happens, at the start of July, Mr. Cust asked me to repair his bathing dress. Suspicious.
Suspicious.
Very interesting. Please continue.
I also forgot to say that he started buying newspapers that talked about the case.
When did he start buying the newspapers?
Let's see. I think it was just after the millionaire's murder in Churchton. He didn't seem all that interested before that.
That will be all for now. I'm going to take a look at his room.
Take the key on the counter.
Information added. Plus 12 ego points.
This woman appears to be in a good mood. Mrs. Marbury is in a good mood. She's working very precisely in producing incredibly thin peel. There is no need to worry about the household cat. I'm sure that Mrs. Marbury lets it do what it pleases.
Okay. Let's see.
I should check the register.
I don't think my register will help you. Mr. Cuss rents his room all year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make...
Let's look anyways.
The truth is becoming apparent, and I have something to say to Mrs. Marbury. Mrs. Marbury is in a good mood. She's working very precisely.
Hey, Blue
producing
Xenomorph, how you doing?
Incredibly thin peel. Mrs. Marbury, if I am to believe the register, you rented room 306 to a certain Mr. Fishman on the day of the Bexhill murder. Room 306 is Cust's room. Can you explain yourself?
Yes, I remember. Just for one night as a favor. Mr. Cust was away, all my other rooms were taken, and
It's
poor
good to
Mr.
hear, man.
Fishman had nowhere to
I'm actually
go.
just finishing up this game. I think I'm at the very final stretch, and then I'm going to be hopping over to South Park in the Stick of Truth after a short break.
It doesn't matter, provided that you remember to change the sheets.
Oh, do you think so?
Laudanum Cameron's Chemists. Laudanum, a medicine for coughs. It is what Dr. Clark prescribed.
Yeah, I
for
heard it's
Mrs.
pretty
Usher.
fun. I figured I'd give it a
Subject
shot
would
before
probably
the
be
fractured but whole Comes out this December. I think it's December 6th. What am I supposed to be looking at here?
Diethyl
There we go.
barbituric acid, Johnson Company. I know this medicine. It is a powerful sedative. This subject would probably be useful to me. This dark stain. It could be blood, but goodness knows how long it has been. How hopeful. This place is a real mess.
There we go.
At least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance. John Milligan, Managing Director, Silky Legs, Frederick Street, Leicester. To A.B. Cust, Marbury's Guest House, 1935, May the 21st. Dear Sir, further to our letters dated 5th and 10th of the month, we confirm we are you as door-to-door salesman, according to the conditions.
This guy's
stated
French
in our
accent
previous
is
letters.
just driving me
We will send you
crazy.
the articles by mail and also a Redfield typewriter you will be using for every business letter.
Yeah, that room's way cleaner than
Regarding
mine.
the schedule of the rounds, please do as following.
I guess the
June
pants
21,
thrown over a chair.
Andover.
I mean, this is like the
Arrive by train the 20th in the evening and get a room at
1830s
Station
or something
Hotel.
like that. It's
Start your turn in the
maybe
north
there's
part of the town.
different standard back then.
This letter establishes that Cust went to Andover, but the ink has hidden the destinations of his other trips. I know from Mrs. Marbury that he went to Churston. I just have to show that he went
know
to
the
Bexhill,
1930s,
and I
not
will
the
have proof
1830s.
that he was present at all the crime scenes. I have to get the ribbon. How am I going to do it?
These thinking puzzles are actually really tough.
The right-hand wheel has been removed. The ribbon is jammed. I have to start by freeing it.
Oh, plus he's French. That might be why he
The left
considered
wheel
that
has been
dirty.
removed.
There we go. I got the
And
ribbon.
here is the ribbon. Let us see if it was indeed used to write the letters sent by ABC. I only need the ink ribbon for my inquiry. I will let Jack clean the keyboard if he wishes. All the letters announcing the murders were written on Cust's typewriter.
There's another achievement. Quadruple gear. Have solved all the riddles.
It's an ABC.
There's the murder weapon.
A long-bladed knife. A murderer's weapon. This subject would probably be useful to me.
Let's see. Let me move my cursor.
Did Cust drop it when he opened the window? Or was it Mrs. Marbury while she was cleaning? Cust is parsimonious. He keeps his pencils and sharpens them until there is nothing left. It is clear that he did not grow up in luxury.
There's all 6. My Connect heard some stuff. Just look in there.
It's closed. ABC guys, enough to sign about a dozen murders. This knife is very useful. Who knows? Maybe it never cut anything other than string.
Yeah, that's definitely the knife used to slash someone's throat.
Stockings. ABC guys, enough to... Trousers, white shirts, everything has been washed very well. The Bexhill daily paper, dated from the day of the Bexhill murder. Most probably the bathing dress repaired by Mrs. Marbury's expert hands. All the main articles referring to the ABC case are here, from the Churston murder onwards. Nothing before that date. Let us now try...
Okay, so where was Cust when the murder took place? So his bathing dress and the local newspaper. Nope, that's not enough. How about that? There we go.
The register shows that Cust did not sleep at the guest house on the day of the murder. Where was he? Bexhill. The Bexhill paper reveals it. Cust bought this newspaper in Bexhill on July the 25th. No use continuing the inspection of this room. I've seen all there is to see.
Okay, so that's it for in here. Ah, the door's this way. Oh, thanks, Xenomorph. I generally announce when I'm going to be hopping on. I've kind of tried to set myself a schedule for when I'll be on. You can find that down on my channel below.
Bye.
Or off to the side, depending on how you have it set up.
Ah, Chief Inspector. I was about to leave.
Good evening, Chief Inspector. Welcome. Please excuse me, I must go to the kitchen. I'll leave the key of Mr. Cust on the counter.
I'm sorry I'm late. I've spent ages with the Doncaster police. And you?
I have established one fact. On 3 occasions, Cust was at the scene on the day of the crimes.
I think I'm just going to have to talk to him.
I had best talk.
Yeah.
I've listened closely to what you have to say, Poirot. For me, there's no doubt Cust is guilty. Do you have any element that might prove the contrary?
That is what we're going to look for. Let us now try and get...
Was it possible for him to have killed the 3 victims? Let's see. Let's get rid of that. Actually, I think I have to do this in a different way. He's in Churston. He's in Brexhol. And he's in Andover. There we go. Are there any common points between Cust and the killer? Letters. ABC guides. No. There we go. is his behavior suspicious? He lied about the where he was going. He keeps the newspapers about the murders, and he has blood on him. There we go.
The evidence against Cust is overwhelming. His presence at the scenes, the knife, the blood-stained shirt, the ABCs in a box.
C'est vrai. However, the blood Mrs. Marbury saw on Cust's shirt may have been his own. According to his medical records, he suffers from hemoptysis. The murderer cut Sir Carmichael's throat from behind, and the blood spurted outwards. You would expect the murderer's shirt to be stained on the sleeves, not on the buttonholes. Yet we see quite the opposite. You would expect the murderer to keep the newspaper articles about his crimes. But Cust's collection starts in Cheston, as if it discovered the case rather late.
I agree it's troubling, but it doesn't change my mind. There's small details that we should be able to clear up by questioning Cust.
When can you talk to him?
Doncaster is sending him to us on the first train.
Are they questioning him already?
He says he can't remember a thing.
It's plausible. Doctors say he suffers from absences and amnesia. Mrs. Marbury has confirmed this.
He may have done the murders in an altered state.
A familiar situation.
It's not enough to clear his name. Dr. Thompson insisted that even if you don't know what you're doing, you never commit a murder without wanting to.
Très intéressant. I shall remember that.
Right. I'll go and examine the suspect's room.
Chief Inspector, I took the liberty of removing a few clues to examinatum.
All right, we'll discuss them tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm going to see if you've missed something.
Okay. Just subscribe to my YouTube as well. Thanks, dude. I'm not. I followed you back on Twitter. I'm not seeing your YouTube link on your Twitter. If you want to drop that in the chat, I don't think I have. I don't think I have links blocked in my chat right now.
To Scotland Yard, please.
Got another
This man
achievement.
is not in good shape.
Candelabra mustache. Have finished the inquiry at Cust's.
He is worried and very tired. And other police have been hard on him.
Okay.
What do you want from me?
Good day, ABC. Do you know who I am?
Someone who's got it in for me.
I am Hercule Poirot, and I want nothing other than the truth.
Ah, you're the detective.
Yes, I am the person you have been sending the letters to.
I didn't write these letters. I've already said so.
Très bien. You did not hide these letters. But the question remains, who did?
Oh.
Probably one of my enemies.
Well, apparently I do have that bot to do it. You'll be fine in 5 seconds. Yeah, I forgot that I had Nightbot's a new thing that I added to my stream. Let me.
I do not believe that you are capable of murder, Mr. Cut.
I hope not.
I'm gonna log in and disable that. 1 second.
You suffered during the war.
It's true. I was wounded. I suffered. But the army was the only place I didn't feel inferior. No questions. Just orders to follow.
But ever since you were wounded, you have absences, bouts of amnesia.
And headaches.
Professor Clark treated you.
Yes, a few years ago he really helped me with my burned throat.
But you killed him, as well as 2 other people.
Ah, shit.
That's what they
Accidentally
all
did that
say.
wrong.
Do you deny being at the scene of the crimes?
So? There was no harm in being there. It was only for my work.
I actually didn't mean to accuse him.
Poor man. He is in no...
Okay, well, I guess that's
I am
that.
not going to... Take this. It will help you.
Thank you.
I'm making sure I have it turned off through Twitch as well,
Oh, good
not
God,
just
my shirt is covered in blood again.
not just through Nightbot.
Bon. I now know where the bloodstains Mrs. Marbury saw came from. Are you well enough to speak?
Yes, I feel much better.
Okay, you should be good. Actually, 1 second.
You were seen at all the crime scenes.
Yes,
Okay, I
was.
turned
I travel
Nightbot
a lot,
off,
but not for pleasure.
so you should be fine
I'm
now.
terribly unwell in trains. But I had to respect my engagements. My employer gave me very precise written instructions about the towns I had to visit.
Let's see. The company you claim to work for, Silky Legs, has never heard of you. And as for these letters they sent you, they were written on your own typewriter.
The company sent me the typewriter when I started working for them.
Yes, but the letters were received afterwards. So it would appear that you typed them before sending them to yourself.
I don't remember. Good God! I don't know what's happening to me. My head hurts terribly.
There we go. Gothic confessional. Have completed all
I
the
am not going to leave
interrogations.
before. He is prey to... Take this. It will help you.
There you go, Blue Xenomorph. I got you subscribed back through YouTube.
I think I'll be fine.
Let us see, Cust. Look at me. You know very well that you committed these murders?
Yes, I know.
But I'm not wrong in saying that you do not know why you committed them.
No, I don't.
And? What conclusions have you drawn?
Plenty. It might help us to understand him a little better. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
I don't actually think he's the killer now. I think what it is his employer framed him. No, that's not it. What would it be? Blood on the buttonholes. There's that. He has a problem with his throat. It might be the blood on the buttonholes. There we go. He's mentally and physically weak, not really a profile of our killer. That do not support it. So, attack from behind, the blood went out in the direction of the sea, and blood on his buttonholes. You'd expect the murderer's shirt to be stained on the sleeves, not on buttonholes, yet we see the opposite. But then he clues that do not support his guilt. There we go. Can we say without a shadow of doubt that he's guilty? He had no reason to kill him and did not write the letters. There we go.
I don't see any clearer than before. This is worse.
There is one point to highlight. C'est curieux. Cust admits that he killed, but he does not know why. What did Dr. Thompson say? Even if Cust killed while in an altered state, it still must have been his deepest desire. He must have had a motive.
Let's keep it simple. Never mind his motive. He confessed.
But you see, he can confess to anything and everything. He denied the murders and then confessed to them. He confirmed that he never typed the letters. Then, with great ease, I managed to get him to say quite the opposite.
Come on, he behaved like a guilty man. He lied to his landlady.
Because deep down, he believes himself guilty. From the papers, he noticed that he had always been at the scene of the crimes. He must think that he killed and then simply forgot what he had done.
How can you be so sure?
Let us look at his psychological profile. You will understand my point of view. Let us now try and get our brain cells.
Okay, I'm gonna have to take a quick break real quick. I thought this would actually be over by now. I will be back in just one